shift gears. We're gonna run out of time here. We have a particular lady in the audience here who's taken point on this issue, maybe the bravest lady in Pennsylvania, Phoenicia, fighting this issue.
Amen.
Pornography in school libraries. Okay, we're not talking about burning books, banning books, or any of the other garbage that we get accused of all the time. What we're talking about is age-appropriate material.
Right on.
You know, books like Gender Queer, which is an adult graphic comic that leaves nothing to the imagination in regard to sexual acts being on the shelves of school libraries. Where is the legislature on doing something about this? Why do we have pornography in schools? I know Phoenicia has gone to testify and gone in with nothing more than pictures from the books that the kids can look at, and had security tell her she's got to take the stuff back to her car because it will be too offensive for the adults in the Senate to view, but it gets shoveled to our kids every day. So where is the legislature on doing something about this?
So it's been great for me personally to get to know Phoenicia, to be able to pray together and labor together and fight back. She's been the tip of the spear on this fight. Phoenicia's right there. You need to be praying for that woman, praying for this woman, praying for this soldier, praying for her, because she is a warrior. Like she just looks all calm and peaceful sitting there. Man, I'll tell you, she is a warrior for Christ. And she's a warrior for righteousness. And she's fighting to literally save children from being hypersexualized by the government. So understand what's going on here. The WHO, the UN, and this isn't like tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, okay, which they all accuse us of, right? The WHO, the UN, and the IPPF, the International Parenthood Federation, have documentation, they have publications, they have a children's sexual bill of rights. Children are free to experience these things, free from parental influence. They want to start sex education at age 5. They publish it, they're in the open. They work together on this. This is the agenda. It's a globalist, Marxist agenda. They have to destroy the God-ordained institutions. They have to destroy marriage. They have to destroy the family. And they have to make government your God. Okay? That's the goal. Understand, like when we look at what the left does, right? And we say, man, that just doesn't make sense. It certainly does. It makes perfect sense if you're a socialist, if you're a Marxist, if you're a globalist. What they do makes perfect sense. You know that okay, so I'm gonna come back to that, what the legislatures do, and answer that question. But I just want to say this. You know that verse in the Bible, I think it's in Revelations, about like the church of Laodicea, and like God says, I'd rather you be hot or cold, but because you're lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out of my, like vomit. That's like, it's not just spit, like, it's more like, you know, right? And I never got it. I'm like, wait, like they're lukewarm, it's not too bad. I mean, like, why wouldn't you vomit the cold ones out? Well, because the cold ones can still be saved. They're either duped or they're just stupid, right? It's these lukewarm uniparty Republicans, right? They're the ones who I've learned real quick. I've been there like a week, okay? And I learned, you've been there a week and a half, and just because you're smarter. Anyway, and we've learned real fast, who the rhinos are. And they're the lukewarm ones. They're the ones I find really disgusting, right? Because they let it happen. They coordinate, and they're bought and paid for. That's what it comes down to. It's who has their hand in the cookie jar and who doesn't, who's there for the right reasons, and who's bought and paid for. Legislation. Step in the right direction. It's a Band-Aid. It's not the fix. The fix would be getting sexually obscene. That is a legal term that you need to use. This is obscene material, right? It is defined in federal statute, right? That'll come to play eventually. But here's the thing. Obscene content needs to be removed from the schools. Period. Right? There was legislation in the House and the Senate, identical bills as companion bills, to make all schools opt in instead of opt out. So for instance, in my district, I have two school districts. One is opt in. So in other words, the parents have to sign to allow their children to check out something that's flagged as adult content. Now it may or may not be one of these sexually obscene books, but still it's adult content, and you have to sign as a parent to allow that. A lot of the schools in our Commonwealth are opt out. So in other words, you have to preemptively go in there as a parent and defend your child. They're not going to defend your child. They're not going to protect your child. You have to go in and do it ahead of time. So this legislation would make all schools opt in. It's a step in the right direction, but again, here we are with a Democrat House and a Democrat governor. So it's one of those things.
Well, I want to just add on to this. So what Tom said, it is obscene. And so when he did a great press conference this past week, had all the materials there. So all those people would say, oh, it's not anything. You have a little boy, it's a picture of a little boy giving a man a blowjob. That's obscene, right? If my husband had that content in his car, right, it would be corruption of minors, right? And we have no tolerance for possession. It's child porn. It's not just porn, it's child porn. It is criminal. So when they said, what books would you propose to ban? I said, I'm not banning books. I'm asking my school boards to follow the law, to stop corrupting minors, to get these things out of our schools. They're not appropriate. People are in jail for 25, 30 years for possession of child porn. This should be no different. The law was changed, I think it was back in 2011, to exempt libraries. Right? So it was Corbett, we had Corbett during that time, and they removed the law. So libraries are exempt. It's not considered obscene materials if it's in the library, which is a bunch of nonsense. So that's what we're challenging, that law is not legal at anyway. But what we need to do, right, you need to talk to your senators about this. We don't need a commission to review anything. We know it's terrible, right? That's a Republican idea right now. Let's just have a commission, this nonpartisan commission that would review the materials and say, here's what, no, thank you. You know what was another nonpartisan group, supposedly, was the League of Women Voters. No, thank you. They get hijacked, they get taken over. So we don't need that. We just need you to follow the law and stop corrupting our children. We know that children are being sex trafficked right now, right? They're being exploited. This is all, like Tom said, it's part of the plan. We're going to hypersexualize children. Right? So they desensitize them now, and they don't see these predators when they're preyed upon. It's all by design. There is no soft spot here. You need to talk to your legislators and say, no, I don't need a commission. I want you to make sure school boards follow the law and stop sexually exploiting my children. I'll be the parent. Thank you very much.